Yo, 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 it's your boy Wes the Tech here to bring you another one of my personal favorite tech tips to help you as an artist growing your craft. All right, now today we're going to be going over Unitedmasters and why I think it sucks. All right, now before I even continue, I just want to say that when it comes to, being an artist, there's just so many things to have to navigate through. All right, there's so much information out there. There's so many opinions out there, good opinions, bad opinions, things of that nature. But as an artist, what you really want to do is you kind of just want to take everything in, do your own research, and come up with a conclusion on your own. All right. So even though what I'm about to say about Unitedmasters may not be, everyone may not share this opinion, but I will at least give you the reason to why I believe what I believe. All right. But again, at the end of the day, you make your own decisions for your own music career. All right. So when it comes to Unitedmasters and why I don't like it and why I don't think it's for independent artists best interest to pursue is for a multitude of reasons. And what we'll do is we'll kind of just go over the main thing about it. All right. So Unitedmasters is essentially a distribution company. All right. It's no different than, let's say a DistroKid or a TuneCore, CD Baby, things of that nature. So they're in business to distribute your music, to get your music on platforms. All right. Now, with that being said, when it comes to what they actually offer, they basically have two different services that they offer. They offer the basic service and they offer the select service. All right, I'm going to go over both of those services, starting with the basic. So the first thing about the basic, the eye catcher of the basic service is that it is quote unquote free. All right. Now, you and I both know that we live in a world that anytime somebody says that something is free, there's a catch. There's always something that's connected to that. It's not ultimately free. And there's no different here, all right? So with the free basic service, they're actually going to be taking 10% of your streaming money, all right? So what that means is if you make $100 in streaming, they're taking 10. If you make $300 in streaming, they're taking 30. If you make $1,000 in streaming, they're taking 100. If you make 5,000 in streaming, they're taking 500. All right. So ultimately, there's no cap to that. The more money you make, the more money they end up making. All right. Now, when you have something like, let's say, DistroKid, which only charges $19.99 with 100% streaming money, it's no comparison. So DistroKid, I only got to pay $20 and I get 100% of all my streaming money versus this, yeah, it's free, but you take 10%. All right. Mathematically speaking, that's not valuable enough, even though the quote unquote free to sign up is there. The second thing about that basic service is that you could only do one release per month. Now, if you're an artist that likes to release multiple songs a month, you're really consistent, you're pushing music all the time, then obviously Unitedmasters is not in your lane because they're going to limit you to one release per month. And that could really severely hinder you as an artist. I don't like that, especially if you're an independent artist and you like to push music. All right. Now, the third thing about, the basic side of Unitedmasters is that they only limit you to 5 stores. Now, granted, those 5 stores are the top ones like Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Those are the 5 things that they distribute your music to for the basic side, which is kind of weird because Apple Music and iTunes are like the same thing, but okay, all right, whatever. Those are the 5 places that they actually distribute your music to. So if you're one of those artists that you want your music on all platforms, you want somebody to be able to find your music on anything, on Deezer, on Google Play, just everywhere, then obviously the free Unitedmasters one is not for you neither. The basic service is not for you. All right. So the basic service, all in all, to me, it's not valuable for independent artists at all. It's just like, I don't even know why they even offer it. It's just not acceptable. All right. Now, when we go to the select side, which is, the one that they really push, that's the one that's, more similar to the other streaming service. That's the one that's like DistroKid, that's like TuneCore in a sense that you have unlimited releases. You get 100% of your streaming money and things like that. The only thing is, it's $59.99 a year versus DistroKid, which is $20 a year. So you're essentially paying, what is that? Three times? Yeah, three times as much for United Masters than you would for DistroKid for essentially the same service. All right, the same unlimited, 100% royalties, all of those things. You know what I'm saying? So that's not valuable, obviously, in comparison to something like DistroKid. All right, but their major selling point, all right, is that they offer partnerships with different companies like the NBA, like ESPN, like 2K video games, Twitch, things like that. This is what they offer, meaning that they're able to submit your music to these places so that your music could end up on one of these things. Now, that's obviously an amazing thing. All right. No other streaming service, no other distribution company right now is offering something like that. So that is amazing. I'm not going to hold you. That's amazing. That's cool if they really do that. All right. But the key word in that for me was partnership. All right. I don't like that word partnership, especially if I'm an independent artist. All right. So what I did was I went into that a little bit deeper. I looked into this whole partnership program and really looked into it and see what it actually is. All right. Because to my knowledge, when you're in a partnership in any business, that means you can't make your decisions by yourself. That means somebody else, you have to make decisions as a team. It's a partnership, right? So who's part of my partnership if you're submitting my music to the NBA? And it is in fact United Masters. In this partnership, so to speak, when they send your music to the NBA, and let's say that song blows up, all right, because it was on the 2K video game. Let's say that song blows up and it's huge. United Masters actually has control over that music moving forward. So let's say a record label like, let's say TDE or Def Jam, or Atlantic Records come to you and they want to sign you on a major record label deal. United Masters actually have a say-so. They could say, no, we don't want you to be part of Atlantic Records, or we don't want you to be part of TDE. And you won't actually be able to sign with those record labels if that opportunity came. Now, to me, that's very fishy. That sounds like a record label not letting another record label be a part of your journey. So essentially, United Masters is basically a record label disguised as a distribution company. All right, that's a red flag to me. I'm only paying you to put my money on Spotify, to put my music on Spotify, to put my music on Apple Music. All that other stuff is crazy. What is all that other stuff? And there are some rumors going around about they're stealing people's music and things like that. I don't know about any of that stuff. I don't even think any of that stuff is true. All right. But when it comes to the right of refusal, which is what they call it, you could Google that. Google literally United Masters right of refusal. You will see what I mean. That right of refusal is actually in their terms. That's what I'm referring to when I say that a record label could come to you and they could actually step in on your behalf and deny dealing with that record label. All right. So they essentially become your partner. All right. Now that is basically a record label. Like, no one can tell me that's not a record label. That's basically what record labels do. All right. That's basically what managers and things like that do. All right. It's a partnership. It's not we're helping you. It's we're partnering together. Right. So, it's one of those things. It's like, what, if you're a person, you maybe if you just want the cloud or you just want to be on a 2K video game, then go ahead. United Masters is perfect for you. But just know that they are going to be able to hinder you with certain decisions that you want to make, because you aren't just making the decisions from that point. They will have a say so. And with that being said, in my opinion, that sucks, because if you're an independent artist, you should be able to handle everything independently and without anybody else interfering with it. All right, so that's why I think that United Masters just wouldn't be the ideal solution for independent artists. All right, but again, to each his own. You make your own decisions, and that's that. All right, so with that being said, I hope this helps. Thank you for tuning in, and enjoy the song of the week. Peace. So I ain't here to play no games. Ayo, Prince, you spaz on this one, brother. Y'all go show Country Music Group some love. Feel me? I ain't trying to hear what you gon' say. All right, I hope you liked the track. I just wanted to come back on to thank you again for watching the video. Also, if you know any other artists that you want to share this information to, go ahead and share it as you please. Also, go ahead and click on that subscribe button below so you can be ready for more helpful tip videos in the future. Stay blessed.